The coronavirus pandemic has impacted millions of people across the world in the past few months. Studies of Covid-19 are now showing that coronavirus directly impacts the heart, the brain and also the respiratory system. According to the World Health Organization, global database of research into the novel coronavirus shows that there are 7 vaccine candidates that are being tried on humans and that efforts are being made in India as well to develop a novel coronavirus vaccine. So the big question, how does coronavirus impact your body? Now, according to, of course, expert opinions, the body is made up of cells and these cells also have a covering which is called the receptors. These receptors in fact receive the chemical signals from other cells as well. One of these receptors is called the angiotensin converting enzyme 2, or in many ways commonly is called the ACE2, and is found on cells on various organs including those of the respiratory system. So when the coronavirus gets into your body, usually it's via the throat, it directly hits at the ACE2 layers, the enzyme there in your lungs, in the body, and that is how it basically spreads. It uses the spikes to basically lock on to the receptor. The lock then allows the novel coronavirus to fuse with other cells located under the ACE2. Once inside, it starts replicating. The virus then releases genetic information which is read by a body's cell to produce the coronavirus replicas. These newborn virus particles now, as you may have guessed, go on to infect other cells, turning them into pathogen-producing mini factories. So how does a vaccine work? The vaccine basically tells the immune system to identify and recognize some of the pathogens, and therefore the immune system is now waiting to recognize if there is a similar pathogen that is entering into your body and trying to destroy it, and that is when the immune system decides to attack this specific pathogen. A majority of experimental vaccines that are currently in human trials will be aiming to get to the immune system to learn how to neutralize the coronavirus spikes. The vaccines are attempting to do that by introducing these spikes into your body, and the idea will be to manufacture specific antibodies to bind to the spikes and block them from latching on to the ACE2 receptor. So there is one vaccine, the Remdesivir, that is now coming up as studies are on. So how does the Remdesivir work? This was actually a vaccine that was generated during the Ebola flu treatment, and therefore what it does is it actually attacks the enzyme which is depending on to replicate to other cells and of course then spread the virus across the body. The trial was run by the US National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and about 1,063 people even took part. So some patients were given the drug while others received a placebo treatment, which is a dummy treatment. It was found that the Remdesivir then cut the duration of symptoms from 15 days to 11, and that is by an average of 4 days, which is a clinical trial at hospitals around the world. For now, the Remdesivir drug is not being approved by the authorities, but the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, may just approve it for the emergency use authorization, which is usually done in such public health crisis. And while that approval is awaited, clearly there are a lot of other vaccine and options that are being worked out, but it will take at least the next few months for there to be a final confirmed vaccine against COVID-19.